Hello students, again coming to the next video which is associated with unit number 3, vehicles and their specifications. In this video we are going to study about the classification of automobiles and various components used in an IC engine. Basically the automobiles are classified on the basis of various parameters. This tree diagram is showing you some of the parameters. Depending on the type of vehicle, whether it is a passenger vehicle or whether it is a goods carrier, we are having these two basic classifications. As it is a passenger vehicle, you are having, or we are having, again another, it's two sub classifications: light duty vehicles and heavy duty vehicles. Now in light duty vehicles we are having the sub classifications like mopeds, that is about the two-wheelers, scooters, motorcycles, then some of the four-wheelers like jeep, some station wagons, pickup cars, or pickups or cars, etc. Depending upon the heavy vehicles, as far as passenger vehicle is considered one, we are having the sub classifications in the form of buses and coaches. You're knowing all these things. This is only I'm repeating for your understanding purpose. In buses we are having single deck, double deck is for whenever it is transported, whenever the passengers are going along for a long tour, at that time it is used one. In single deck we are having the mini buses, the school buses are of this kind, and big buses which are the travelers buses. So this is a general classification depending upon the usage, that whether it is a passenger or whether it is a goods. And the goods vehicles we are having again light duty as well as heavy duty classification. In light duty we are having the delivery vans, we are having the small trucks, tempo, that may be having the different capacities. It may be in the form of three-wheeler like rickshaw or rickshaw type of tempos, as well as four-wheelers, okay. As well as heavy vehicles, we are having the classification as truck as well as tractor and tractor. Well, this is a general classification which we can just understand from this tree diagram. The requirements of bodies for various types of vehicles means how that body of a vehicle should be there. It is a part of actually the chassis and frames. Still, it is in this particular presentation. I'm just explaining it in short. It should be having the lightweight, minimum number of components involved in it, should have provided sufficient space for the passengers as well as luggages, withstand the vibrations as well as sudden motions, give the minimum resistance to the air, or offers the minimum resistance to the air, the cheap and easily manufacturing as far as its components are considered one, attractive in shape and color, as well as uniformly distributed load as far as its body is considered one, and it should withstand the fatigue failures, having the good fatigue life as well as good vision and ventilation it should provide as far as the body of vehicle is considered. These are some of the pictures. That is, this is a passenger vehicle which is a car. This is a truck which is a goods vehicle, a Punjab body or straight truck with half body. That means this particular part is having such kind of you can say trucks are used in case of whatever the stone crushers, raw materials, transportation. This is a platform type of truck on which anything can be mounted. That may be a tank like structure, that may be another containers which can be a bulk carrier like that one, okay. Then this is the only a tractor to which a trailer is attached at the back of this one, having certain wheels like this one, okay, so that some heavy duty thing can be carried away with the help of this one. Here some arrangement is available for the attachment purpose. So this is the trailer and tractor. A tractor with articulated trailer is there. This is the same thing which is available one which is attached here. Then we are having the dumpers. Here the hydraulic system is available one. So you are knowing this is the delivery van, the postal van, whatever the postal van is there, which is of this particular type. So this is all about the various kinds of goods carriers. station wagons, pickups, and jeeps, small four wheelers, as far as passenger vehicles are considered one. Now, coming to the engine, these are some pictures, whatever I wanted to tell you. I'm coming to the main component, or the main part of this presentation is engine components and its function. Cylinder head is the first component, which is an integral part of engine, which is the basic function of the cylinder is to guide the piston inside it. Means it is the top. It is at the top of the cylinder, providing the provision for the inlet valve, exhaust valve, as well as the operating mechanisms as far as the cam and follower system is considered one. It is made up of grey cast iron, as well as nowadays aluminum castings are also used when having certain kind of alloying elements in it, silicon, manganese, okay, like that one for the better casing properties. Uh, Grey cast iron having good wear as well as corrosion resistant. Cast iron is mainly used because of the following advantages. We are not going to details of this one, but it is a good foundry material as it is made up of casting. Okay, as far as it is a cast, it can withstand the higher amount of vibrations, as well as it is having a good, you can say, due to having good graphite content. Its wear resistance, or as far as lubricating conditions, it can work in proper manner. It is having a good machinability also. Due to its slightly porous in nature, it retains better the lubricating oil film, that already I have told you. It is having the good damping properties, that also already I have told you. Having the low coefficient of thermal expansion as well, it is relatively cheap as compared to the other materials. Cylinder head, already I have told you that it is having the entry and exit of gases. That means the inlet and exhaust valves are available. One here you can see this is the top of the cylinder, and wherever the entry of this is a four cylinder, which are four kind of, you can say, the cylinder, this total cylinder head is there, in which the four pistons as well as that can be moved in and out, that is in vertically upward and downward direction. One is here, another one is here, second, third one is here, and fourth one is here. It is a multi-cylinder engine actually, not a single cylinder engine, and for that one such a kind of big cylinder head is available one. We will not go into the details of types because that is not the actually included in our syllabus. Piston is the another component which is continuously moving inside the cylinder, on which the cylinder head is available one. Function of the piston is to transmit the force due to the explosion of the combustion of the material from the to the crankshaft through the connecting rod, as well as it forms this seal as far as high pressure gases which should not go into the crankcase, and it is guiding bearing for small end of the connecting rod, guide and bearing a small end of the connecting rod. Material which are used when for manufacturing this one is again of cast iron and aluminum alloy. Aluminum alloy advantage already have told you, that is lighter in weight as well as higher thermal conductivity, but it is not strong as compared to the cast iron, that is the disadvantage. Piston rings are generally made up of again grey cast iron, or maybe the another cast iron which can give a good amount of, you can say, the repelled properties, as far as piston ring is considered one. It will avoiding the leakage of gases from the crankcase, from the combustion chamber to the crankcase, maintains the good amount of, you can say, means it will avoid going the lubricating film inside the combustion chamber, but as well as the oil scraper rings are there which are maintaining some kind of oil as far as ring and line interface is considered one. Removing unnecessary and excessive lubricating oil from the cylinder, that already have told you. Prevention of lubricant entry into the combustion chamber, that already have discussed. Easy transmission of heat from piston to cylinder wall, so that there is a good transfer of heat from piston to cylinder wall to the atmosphere is considered one, or to the other outer area wherever the cooling system is installed. Balancing of side thrust of the piston. So these are the things. Piston rings can be manufactured, already I have told you, with the help of grain as well as high elastic material, that is gray cast iron, as well as it can be manufactured with the help of spring steels, alloy spring steel, compression ring as well as oil ring. There are three kinds of two, basically two rings: compression, upper compression ring, and the second compression ring, and this is the oil scraper ring. This is the first one, this is the second one, and this is the oil scraper ring. Okay, this is again the same example as far as the ring, piston ring is considered one. This is the view, not example. Connecting rod, the function of the connecting rod, it is connecting the piston to the uh, crank. As far as crank of the engine is considered one, it is the mediator to transfer the vertical, the up and down motion of the piston, which will be converted into the rotary motion of the crankshaft. It is a forged component, which is made up of steel or duralumin, as well as it is having or maybe made up of malleable or spheroidal graphite cast iron. This is the picture as far as connecting rod is considered one. This is attached, to the uh, upper end as far as the piston is considered one. This is attached to the lower end wherever it is associated with the one is associated with the piston, and another one is associated with the connect crankshaft. That is important one. Try to, this is the another view as far as this connecting rod is considered one. If you see this one as far as crankshaft is considered one, the function of the crankshaft is it receives the efforts as well as thrust applied by the piston to the connecting rod and converts the reciprocating motion of the piston into rotary motion of the crankshaft. What are the materials used for this one? That is, forging steel is used, spheroidal graphitic, nickel, alloy castings. Now these three components which are very new to you, just try to remember the names of these materials, because these materials you are going to learn in your second year mechanical engineering in case of material science as well as metallurgy subject. This is the picture, as well as this is the diagram, or you can say the uh, engineering drawing as far as crankshaft is considered one, which is forged component. Here you can have the placement of whatever the lower side as far as the crankshaft, this connecting rod is considered one. Now coming back to the another components, crankcase as well as oil sump. I will not go into details of this one, because crankcase, wherever the crank shaft bearing associated with it as well as the crank is present, and to which the connecting rod is connected. So the main body of the engine to which the cylinder are attached and which contains the crankshaft and crankshaft bearing, already I have told you, is known as crankcase. It stores the oil so that the lubrication of some of the internal parts of the engine can be done, to collect the retained oil running from the main bearings or from the cylinder walls, to serve as a container in which any impurities or dust particles, dirt particles, or foreign matter can be collected, to enable the hot churn of lubricating oil to settle for a while before circulating, to provide for cooling of the hot oil in sump by the transfer of heat to the outside airstream. So basically these are the functions as far as this crankcase is considered one. Materials which are used one are pressed steel as well as aluminum alloy casting, which are having good amount of stiffness as well as rigidity. Here it has been stated high thermal conductivity as well as high thermal conductivity. Actually here the total engine cylinder is not shown. Actually total engine, I say engine block, is not shown, therefore it is very difficult one. This is the crankcase view. This is the lower part. If you see, if you invert this, if you invert this like this one, then here you can see that the details are available one. That is how the things are available. This is the area wherever the oil is have available one, and whenever the crank is rotating, it will be lifting the oil from it and splashing it to the various components of the engine is considered one. Valves, there are two kinds of valves: inlet valves and exhaust valves, which are generally mounted on the cylinder head. Okay, inlet valve, through which the air plus fuel mixture is coming in case of petrol engines. In case of diesel engines, only air will be coming, and through the exhaust, the combustible gases will be leaving to the atmosphere. So these are the various kinds of valves which are available one and which can be operated with the help of cam and follower mechanism. Spark plug, this is nothing but which is used in case of petrol engines, spark ignition engines. The main function of the spark plug is to ignite the air plus fuel mixture to conduct the high potential from the ignition system into the combustion chamber to ignite the compressed air fuel mixture. This ignition of compressed air fuel mixture will be due to the high potential which is available one from the ignition system. That is the function. Here you will see this is a very smaller gap which is available one here, which is of 2 to 3 millimeter only, and depending on that one here the spark will be created one which will be responsible for whatever the it is like this one. So the chamber which is available here, inside which the combustible gases will be formed with the ignition of that particular air plus fuel mixture. That is the function. Injectors, which are generally used in case of diesel engines, in which the fuel will be supplied with the help of the air will be coming through the inlet valve, and the fuel will be supplied in the form of small droplets with the help of these injectors. Okay, so that at the end of the compression stroke, due to the increase in huge amount of pressure, the auto ignition of the air plus fuel mixture takes place and the engine will be in running condition. Manifolds, these are nothing but you can say the passages or the ways through which either the inlet things, that is air plus fuel in case of petrol engines, and in case of diesel engines air plus only air that is coming, as well as the exhaust manifolds are also there, through which the exhaust gases will be going to the atmosphere. Generally they are made of aluminum alloy. So just try to remember this one. The main function of the manifold is to supply the air fuel mixture in case of petrol engines, as well as exhaust gases equally from all cylinders. Okay, but in case of diesel engines only air will be coming, fuel will be given with the help of injectors. In internal combustion engine, two manifolds are used, one for intake as well as other for exhaust. They are generally made up of aluminum alloys. Camshaft, already I have told you, this is just such a kind of structure which is cam. Okay, whenever which will be coming in contact with like this one, whenever it is rotating at this particular center, whenever it is going down, this will be coming in downward direction. Whenever again it will be rotated and coming at this position, it will be going in upward direction, so that the camshafts which are used in IC engines, which are controlling the opening and closing of the valves at proper timing. Okay, it drives the timing belt which drives the crankshaft, so that the inlet and outlet valves openings can be controlled in proper manner. These are placed at the top or at the bottom of the cylinder. They are usually made of cast iron with the addition of 1% chromium. So this is about the camshaft. Flywheel, it is nothing but, now in case of our general two wheelers, whatever the clutch which is acting as the flywheel, the main function of the flywheel is to rotate the shaft during the preparatory stroke. It also makes crankshaft rotation more uniform, and it is made up of the cast iron material. In short, it is known as the storage of energy in the ideal strokes, that is fluctuations of energy can be generally just overcome with the help of use of flywheel. So these are some of the important, you can say, components which are useful one in case of IC engine. Here one thing which was remaining from my side is I have not shown you the main engine diagram, but it was available in my earlier topic, that is how the engine is there. What do you mean by engine? It was given in my working of two-stroke as well as four-stroke engines, what are the various components. So you can just refer that particular thing, so that it will be easier one for you to know the various components of the engine. So I think these are the some of the specific references which I have used one for making this particular presentation as well as video lecture. So thank you very much. We will stop here and we will again come into the meet for the next video after some time.